No sooner had it leaked that Ted Cruz was going to announce at Liberty University than some Democrat activists and, without question, some Democrat fundraisers began to beat the drum. Here's what they said. If you're like us, just reading that phrase, Ted Cruz for president, probably sent shivers down your spine or produced a pretty serious roll of the eyes. But as of this moment, Texas Senator Ted Cruz is officially running for president, and if we don't do everything in our power to stop him, the possibility of President Ted Cruz could become a reality. In fundraising, and I've raised a good bit of money over the years, in fundraising, it's very helpful to have a foil, a bad guy, all right? So what will happen is that the Democratic machine will begin, or the Democrat machine will begin to raise money off of Ted Cruz. They will say, if you don't stop this man, he's going to take away government programs. Read welfare checks. If we don't stop Ted Cruz, your children may not get the education they deserve. Read, he'll fight against free community college tuition. Okay? So they will begin to paint him as a monster. And what they're also going to do is try and bring in some of the socialist middle, all right? The mushy middle in this country is made up of a lot of socialists. Ted Cruz is going to run as a fairly hardline economic conservative. And that means not raising taxes, but cutting government spending. And the largest outlay for government money is not the military. It's social programs. That's a pleasant way of saying it's the redistribution of the wealth. It's the government as our provider, taking from some people and giving that money to other people. That's what the Democratic Party is going to focus on. Now, what remains to be seen is if Ted Cruz has the guts, the Ronald Reagan guts, to say government is not the solution, government is the problem. To run right at it. And, you know, this is not the same era as it was in 1980. As a young man in 1980, I was in Bible college. I grew up in a Democrat family. I was born again. I love the Lord. Jimmy Carter said he was born again. And that really got my interest in the mid-70s before I was old enough to vote. Then I started to think, wait a minute, abortion is murder, and Carter supports the killing of babies, and Governor Reagan says that he is pro-life and he wants to protect babies. And so I reluctantly thought, all right, well, I guess I'm not going to be a Democrat. I guess I'll register as a Republican and vote for Reagan. I mean, I didn't have to register as a Republican, but that's what I did. And I cast my vote for Ronald Reagan. The first vote I ever cast was for Ronald Reagan, 1980. And he was the greatest president that we've had in my lifetime. We haven't had someone who spoke so clearly and forcefully on so many issues. Will Ted Cruz be that? Well, he's put an ad on TV for the Hispanic community. If you don't speak Spanish, endure this for 30 seconds, all right?
La historia de Ted Cruz es como la historia de muchas familias estadounidenses. Hijo de un inmigrante cubano, Cruz fue el primer hispano en servir como asistente jurídico del presidente de la Corte Suprema y senador federal por el estado de Texas. Ted Cruz cree en Estados Unidos y en todo lo que representa: fe, libertad y oportunidad. Ahora él quiere asegurar que el sueño americano sea una realidad para las futuras generaciones. Ted Cruz para presidente.
There you have it. And I think this is wonderful because the Democrat Party is trying frantically to buy the entire Hispanic base of voters based upon socialism. And Ted Cruz is saying it. They're not offering the Hispanics real freedom. They're offering them socialism light. Ted Cruz knows that the Hispanic community is made up of very devout people. They take their Catholicism or their evangelicalism way more serious than a lot of white Americans do. The issue is, can he get through to them to say, look, you can't vote for somebody who promotes the killing of babies? Will he get to their conscience? That remains to be seen. All right, let's play one last clip of his actual announcement at Liberty University. And I'll be right back, folks, talking to you about Hillary and Khamenei. How do you even say a name like that? Khamenei. It's tough, but you can do it if you work on it. Khamenei.
Country, from men and women, from people of faith, from lovers of liberty, from people who respect the Constitution. It will only come as it has come at every other time of challenge in this country, when the American people stand together and say, we will get back to the principles that have made this country great. We will get back and restore that shining city on a hill that is the United States of America. Thank you, and God bless you.
Do you want to get America out of the hands of wicked and unjust men and women who are destroying the republic before our eyes, and put leadership back into the hands of righteous men and women so that we don't die as a nation? Well, you're talking about social revolution, and there are rules in social revolution. We can look at the victorious social revolutions of the past, such as the end of slavery, the end of child labor, women's voting rights, the end of segregation, and so much more, and learn from their victories. Look at their actions, their images, their rhetoric, their sacrifices, and their final fruit. We will send you this series that originally cost $129, 7 books for students, 1 teacher's guide, if you'll give a gift of any size and just pay for shipping and handling. Take advantage of it today.